Hey, this is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are listening to Airlim.
Oh, it's not been a very good day for Austin, as much as my stomach is going off on one right now. They're both not having the best of days. But what are we talking about today? And that is the fact that Austin St. John, Jason Lawrence Geiger, has actually turned around and handed in a plea deal for his court case on his PPP loan fraud that he defrauded the government on, or was part of it with a big group. I want to talk about it, we're going to go through it, and I'm going to give my kind of opinions at the end. So let's just jump straight into it. I want to give a big shout out to Henry Resilient for sending these over to me to actually have a look at them, because there's quite a lot in doing the kind of catch up that I think that we need a kind of refresher course on. I'm not going to go like massively too deep into this because we've talked about this quite a lot, but I actually wanted to talk about the last two documents, and we're going to jump into it. We know that the pandemic happened and a lot of companies were filing with the government for certain like kind of projects or something so that they would get all the kind of like support that they needed. And that was a very good thing. The government stepped in to help. Some people took advantage of it, and Austin was one of those people. Now, this is the court documents, as we can see, and it's Jason Lawrence Geiger, aka Austin St. John, aka the Red Power Ranger. This was all filed around May 12th, 2022. So it's taken quite a while to get up to where we are now. Now, this entire document does go over absolutely everything. I think you can get this if you request it from the government or something. I don't know, because obviously, you know, I've never really looked at those websites, so you'd have to go and have a look. But this does say all the people that were involved, and we have Jason Geiger. So 16 loans were taken out, and it came up to at least $3.5 million. This is a huge thing that the government aren't going to be like, oh, it's okay, you can go, like, you're fine. They're going to come after you, and they're going to come after you quite hard. And obviously they have done. The defendants all used the PPP funds for unauthorized personal purposes, including cash withdrawals, gold and silver purchases, luxury jewelry items and vehicles, and probably other things. And now again, if you don't know what the PPP funds were meant to be for, was they were meant to keep the business going. Hey, you've got employees. These employees are going to be paid, they're going to have the money so they can get through the pandemic, and they're not going to be out of a job, because obviously the pandemic absolutely like fucked everybody over. There's no kind of like dancing around it. That is literally what happened. And again, people use this to take advantage, and Austin was one of those people. As you can see here, it says the funds will be used to retain worker and maintain payroll, or make mortgage investment payments, lease payments, and utility payments, as specified under the Paycheck Protection Program rule, etc., etc. Obviously, we've got the misuse of PPP funds, and this is where literally we're looking into. Between or on about June 23rd, 2020, and on or about July 2nd, 2020, Newman, obviously, and then Jason Geiger and Redacted transferred a total of approximately $421,000 of PPP funds to Hill's account. And another one we have here is on the June 17th, 2022, Jason Geiger obtained a PPP loan for approximately $225,754 for St. John Enterprises. Of the PPP funds obtained, Geiger sent approximately $22,579 to Morgan and invested approximately $170,000. Maybe that was with Spencer. And right here you can see on June 17th, 2020, St. John Enterprises, Jason Geiger, and then the amount there. Again, all kind of just like pointed out. And we can see again right there and highlighted around about here. So effectively, you know, Austin could be looking up to 20 years in prison, which again, why risk it for that biscuit when that biscuit was just not great? It's just shit. So this is the second document that we've got, and it basically says here that, you know, he waived his appearance and said that he entered a plea of not guilty, and all the highlighted stuff you can see here. So this was all the main stuff that came up. And obviously it's all been signed, and Jason has actually signed it, or Austin has signed it. And this was, the 30th of the 10th, 2023. So it says a plea of not guilty has been entered for the defendant effective of this date, which is all there. It's all done. So this is the newest document. This was released on the 1st of May, 2024. And it basically says that, well, let's just read it. So again, Jason Lawrence Geiger, aka Austin St. John, aka the Red Power Ranger. I'd be quite surprised for aka the Gold Zero Ranger. So it says here, you are charged in Court 1 of the first suspending indictment with violation of 18 U.S.C. I don't know why I said it like that. 1349, conspiracy to commit wire fraud. The essential elements which must be proven to establish the offence are as follows. First, that you agreed with one or more persons to commit wire fraud. Second, that you knew the unlawful purposes of the agreement. And third, that you joined the agreement with the intent to further the unlawful purpose. Respectfully submitted, and then it's got all the details. And it says, I hereby certify that a copy of this document has been served on the counsel for the defendant by electronic filing on this May 1st, 2024. So Austin has now said that, he agreed that one or more people were going to commit fraud. Then obviously he knew that this was going to happen and still went ahead with it. And then obviously it's just a huge, big, massive fuck up. So here we go. The government and the defendant, Jason Lawrence Geiger, have entered into a plea agreement in relation to the pending charges, which we've just read. Got all the information. I hereby certify that this copy of the document has been served on counsel for the defendant via electronic filing on this May 1st, 2024. This here is the statement that was issued out from Zach, who is basically Austin's agent. And it says here, Austin St. John is a father, husband, role model, and friend to many. The incident detailed today is populated by a multiple of individuals, that majority of which Austin has no knowledge of and has never met or interacted with. It is our understanding that Austin has put his faith, reputation, and finances in the hands of third parties whose goals were self-centered and ultimately manipulated and betrayed his trust. We expect Austin's legal team to successfully defend against these charges and lead to his ultimate exoneration, I think. We ask that you respect the privacy of Austin's family in the light of the serious situation, and thank you for your support. So obviously we have that now. Now, this is one thing. Apparently Austin's wife really heavily had a hand in his finances for the company. So does that mean that she's a part of this or something? Or, did she know about this? We don't want to kind of like cast any doubt or like kind of like point fingers, because we have no information on that. But it's what people have been saying, and people who know Austin quite well. When I first see this sort of thing of like, oh, Austin had no kind of involvement with these people, he did. So after all of that dropped, when I covered this a while ago, Kentucky Jam actually posted out here talking about all of this. And it's like, who is Cord Newman? It appears he's a stuntman and friend of Austin St. John. So as we see here, there he is. There he is again. Oh, look, everyone's there. I don't know if all these people are, but look, he is in every single shot. And then we also have him in there, even though probably Cordman isn't a big player in all of this. But it says the Cord Newman Global PPP application falsely stated that the business had 9 employees and had an average monthly payroll of expenses of so and so on. Cord Newman Global had no employees other than Newman and had no payroll other than intangible business expenses, blah blah blah. It just goes on and on. But the fact is, Newman is here and referenced quite a bit. Same here. So, if this is the case, and you see it here saying like, oh, Austin had no knowledge of meeting these people, then why is Newman here? Why is he here, or Cord, should we say? Why over why there is evidence saying that he knew them. It gets to the point of what else has Austin lied about when it comes to this sort of stuff? Because to me personally, I feel like Austin needs to kind of come clean. And the one thing is, he can lie to his fans, he can lie to anyone else, but when it comes to the government, you can't lie because that adds more time. What are my thoughts on this? I am incredibly disappointed in Austin for a lot of reasons. For a long time now, he's been going down this path in my eyes that he shouldn't be doing. And I don't know if it's people around him. I don't know if it's other things going on. And I'm just incredibly disappointed in him. I think that Austin thought he could get away with this, not look back and kind of skip away and be free and be happy. And I don't know if this is his ego kicking in, being like, I'm above everybody right now, so therefore I'm going to do something that I think I can get away with, I know I can get away with, and you mixed with the wrong people. The fact is that now you could get prison time, and that's time being taken away from you that you could be spending with your family, working on other projects. But you have this ego of where, because you are the original Red Ranger, that everybody is going to fall at your feet. And this really infuriates me because no one is above the law. You played a character on TV. Yeah, you have shaped millions of kids paths in life to look up to you, to see you as this example, this shining beacon. And what did you do? You've just pissed it all away. Now, I know that your fans are going to stick with you. I know they will, because I've seen it online right now. To see you being a hero to multiple people, but then to find out that you committed this, it doesn't look good in my eyes, as well as millions of other people. When this news first dropped, you tried to make a lot of people seem like they're the bad guys for covering this, yet you lied for 2 years straight, and now it's all come out, and what can you do? Absolutely nothing, because the government looked really hard into this, and maybe they'll make an example of you, maybe they won't, who knows? But you lied, and this means to me that you could be lying about a lot of different things. This is when people start digging into your entire past and start bringing this out for everyone to see. I don't know why you did this. Maybe this is because you were greedy and thought, fuck it, more money my way, I can get as much as I want and no one will know whatsoever. And one thing is, your greed has let your family down. Why would you even do this, Austin? Was this because you wanted more money, that one of your friends was like, hey man, you can get a few extra quid, you'll be fine with that. But what annoys me is the fact that you've left your family without someone bringing in the money. Why would you let your family down because of this? Why would you think that this was a good thing? One thing I will say to the fans is, when you look at this, don't think of Austin St. John and Jason Lee Scott as the same person. They're not. They are two completely different people all the way through this one. So take what JDF says and kind of apply it. Literally, these two characters are not the same, and don't let it ruin your childhood. Austin can't mess with that because Jason Lee Scott made your childhood. He was the one that people looked up to. And now Austin, I don't think anyone is really looking up to you that much. So let's say if Austin gets away with this and, scot-free, he's literally, he's walking out the courtroom and they're like, just don't do this again, slap on the wrist, and nothing happens. I hope this humbles him so hard that he takes a look at himself and goes, I need to change. Because right now, Austin, everything that you are doing is making yourself look bad. Either you need to get rid of all the people that are affecting you in your business life and actually look at what they're doing, what they're saying, and not just think of oh man, this is this or this is that. You need to look at these people and move away from them. You really do. I think that he's going to get around about 2 years in jail. Now, if he gets house arrest, I think that'll be it. Again, 2 years, not allowed to leave your home. I don't know if he's going to have access to anything outside, he can use devices to communicate or something, but they will be watching him so much. But yeah, if he gets 2 years in jail, I think that'll probably be like maybe the minimum sentence, but we'll find out very soon. I do think Austin needs to change his ways, not just from this PPP thing, but through everything that we've recently seen. The quotes going on people's t-shirts, the whole thing where he mocked a gay person on stage, which he shouldn't have done. That is a video coming up from a later day. But all these things that right now are affecting him, I generally think that he needs to reevaluate a lot of stuff, because right now he is just looking like a complete and utter cunt. One thing that I don't understand is that he would have made more money going to conventions. You know, a month's worth of conventions, he probably would have had enough money in his back pocket to not even think about the PPP stuff or whatever. And the fact is that he charges like $130 for his autograph, which he did at CEC2 or something like that. So if you're charging that amount of money and people are paying it, you're going to make your money really, really fucking quickly. I'm disappointed in Austin so much because over all the stuff that he has done, he has just become this horrible person in my eyes. And if I can give you a little bit of advice, Austin, you called me brother a few times. I don't know if that's just a normal thing or whatever, but you need to change. Look at everything around you. Think about everything that's been going on and take some time. If you get locked up, I guarantee you're going to have enough time to really evaluate everything. And when you come out, maybe you'll be a completely different person. If you get away with this and whatever, I hope you really think about what's been going on. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. If you want to help out, support the channel, just pick up the new merch as well as the Patreon, as well as the channel memberships. Again, thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimona Cat, Kira Stanada. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。